Hi, your friend Meera here. Yes, the Dino in Oasis. How lovely to receive your message, emails, and of course calls mentioning the roaring and idea the previous episode kind of resonated with them. I'm so I'm so glad it did. Um, because we all of us go through the same phenomena because we grow in one ecosystem. Yes, people are from different places, different thoughts, but yes, there's something that is common that keeps holding us together and would continue to. These are nothing but some preconditioning thoughts. Well, I have lots to share in that space sometime later, not too late, soon I would. What? Did I say space? Oh, yes, I did that. Space. Mm, not a when between the Earth and the other planets, or between Sun, Moon, and the stars. This space is something we all crave for. Each of us want our own space. Yes. Yes, you heard it. Each of us want our own space. I mean, we create space for ourselves. Lovely if you can create a space for yourself. But are you leading, do I say life or your transaction in the space that's been provided to you? And you feel claustrophobic. Yes, I went through this as well. Um, Most of us would have definitely gone through the space that I'm talking about. Okay, Meera, hit it straight. Oh, there I am. We all have a space, we operate out of. It could be a physical distancing, a physical distance, because we all have a kind of one arm or a two arm distance that we prefer to maintain with our own folks also, right? With whom we are comfortable with. This space is not to say that, hey, this is my space, you dare enter into it. Might be so, not always, but that space is my space. That is a space where I can see in my eyes distance my thoughts, and it's kind of a heaven, like a safe haven to me. If in case you are given a space or you take a space which people decide for you, it's definitely going to be difficult to live in that space because it is not sometimes it's not people whom we distance ourselves from. We want that space for ourselves. And when we were vocal about, yes, this is my space, this is a space I operate out of, and I need this bit of a time for myself, does it kind of build discomfort with the people you live? Or does it kind of develop a discomfort in your brain path? Oh yeah, it does definitely happen both the places. At both the places, this definitely happens. All these days might be you were someone who didn't bother about the space around you. You just went about giving your time and energy. Yes, you were giving your value, right, to each and everyone who came across in your life because you thought giving them that space would make them feel what? Happy. Yes. We always, most of the time we kind of work in that space. We say, I want to keep you happy. I want to make things that would make you happy or feel happy, right? And when you smile, I feel happy. But there's something that keeps running in my mind that, oh, I'm doing at the cost of my time. I'm doing at the cost of something that I love doing. Why am I doing that? So if the why keeps on hovering in your mind for a longer time, it's difficult because you start questioning on yourself, your ability. Oh, am I really capable of? Why am I doing this? Oh, am I really worthy? I did so much, but what am I getting in return? Lots of questions. We human are always blessed with questions, and a why question, if it's going to be something that like a research or something that you're going to work towards your outcome, okay, fine. But if that why is making you feel uncomfortable, questioning your ability, and making you think that no, you are not worthy, park it aside. That's because you have given a space beyond that is required for someone. And when you start being vocal about it, people might be like, all these days you didn't bother, but why are you doing this now? If that's again going to bother you, you would just give away. You would just go and go in their path. But there's something your brain, your mind, your thought, your heart, or whatever keeps telling you, no, don't do this. That's a time we have to practice this particular concept called rewiring our thought. Our brain, our mind is so much used to a regular pattern of working. It could be people pleasing, it could be doing one thing in a certain way, which started defining that you are like this. Suddenly, when you give a change in the path, the mind takes time. Oh no, you were always doing it this way. Why are you changing path? When you can be comfortable, you can just do what you're doing, continue doing. Where do you have to explore something new? Where do you have to do? That's the time, the brain is asking you question, and it's important for you to pause, reflect, and give an answer to the brain. No, let's take this new path. This is something I'm creating for myself. This path is just not the path alone, but a space for myself. It could be writing, it could be painting, it could be sketching, it could be singing, or it could be even going for that walk. If you were someone who didn't bother to spend that time with your mind and body for even that 15 to 30 minutes in a day in going for a walk, and all of a sudden you just set your alarm for 5 a.m. and you go for a walk, that time definitely there would be a lot of, what do we say that? Friction. But what to do? We have to bypass that. We have to face that, because this space that we used to give for everyone, and today we plan to create it for ourselves, there will be a lot of questioning. Just go with the flow. But remember, that space when you give for yourself, you don't see a change in you. I wouldn't say you're transforming. Remember the layers that you built during your childhood. You want to do this, you want to do that. I'm scared because I don't know what others would say. Waiting for people's opinion. You're giving space for people's opinion. You're buying opinion from others. Will my thoughts sell through? Your heart pushing your services or your products. It could be your thoughts too. Why do you have to do that heart pushing? Think in a way not everybody does. Oh yeah, we can definitely talk about blue ocean concept. Blue ocean concept. Definitely there is a competition in that space too. But you will start knowing what you like doing. Because like I always mention, that the 4-quadrant methodology, which I was talking about roaring an idea too in my previous episode 18, yes. It's very important that we bifurcate into how many ever quadrants you want. 3 to 4 is usually good. The need, is it for me or for others? The time that I'm spending, is it for me, for others? The return on investment, when I spend so much of time for others or for myself, what's the kind of an ROI I have? Oh yeah, you can definitely say, Meera, when you like doing something, what you love doing, why do you have to look at ROI? I'll tell you what happens, sometimes you like doing something, you continue doing that, and there's again a kind of a pathway that is built in your mind, your thought, in your brain, that you want to do something else more. This is again becoming regular. Keep changing paths. It's just not about achieving the outcome. It's about creating that space for yourself. Nobody else have to tell you, but you will feel a sense of belonging, a sense of happiness, and you would be breaking those belief system that you built it on your own. It's easy. You can definitely break that. But nothing you can forget in your life. Everything gets saved. It's super fast when it's getting saved, and it is super fast when it has to put you down, also tagging you back to the old or to the memories which didn't help you out. Remember what space you are operating out of. When you have been drifted to something which you never liked, you dislike doing it, acknowledge it. because the more you try to escaping, you try escaping from that, it keeps coming back, it keeps hounding you. Address it. Yes, this is a mistake I did. Oh, this is a mistake that happened to me. This is a kind of a space that I shouldn't have given, but I gave. Yes, I did that. Can I go back and change what I did in the past? Oh, not at all. But what can I do? I can gift myself in the current moment. I did that. There's been a learning. That's why I'm thinking about the same thing. Why did I do that? The learning is that, implement that, and see that I don't let anybody in my space going further. Or henceforth, I missed the bus. There are lots of other buses or trains or aeroplanes or cars or even a walk. It's definitely happening. Build your space. Create that space. A space for your own self is really important. That particular time you give for yourself, most of them call that as what? Me time. And me time is important. Nothing around changes. Neither do we change a couple of times for few things. We're so adamant about it, right? Then how do we expect others to change? Change is a beautiful word, because only thing that happens, it's a constant, is that it's a change keeps happening. Accepting people for what they are, it's easy said and then done. So we will definitely talk about that. I have loads in that space to talk about. Accept that this is what happened. Accept that this is what I did. Accept that, this is the way I have operated. But from all these, when you pause and reflect and you acknowledge that something you always disliked thinking about, talking about, feeling about, when you acknowledge that, you have actually accepted that this is something happened and there is a learning. Nothing in life is left without learning. And yeah, there are quite a few people, why do you have to bother about learning? Just go with the flow. Every flow has a direction. It can be spontaneous, but it goes into that particular space, and that space is filled with learning. So create that space for yourself. Again, I'm going to be telling that differentiate between the need of yours and others. When you're going to be addressing for others, could be for the family or the friends, you need to quantify the kind of time you put in, what's the kind of a return on investment you get. And you are someone, don't tell me that I'm okay whatever you do. Even if you don't acknowledge my work, you don't reply back, it's okay. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to make it clear. You have to be vocal to them. I gave my space. I gave my time. I gave my energy. I've kind of added a value add. 5% you want, I gave you 50%. Look at the kind of a value addition that I've given to you. I feel that I'm not getting something in return, and this is making me feel bad about it. Might be you're not worried about it, or might be you didn't think about it. If you haven't, please think about it. It's time for me to take up something new. All these, it doesn't mean that the relationship breaks, but I want to tell you, this doesn't work this way, because I need space for myself. Be vocal about it. It's not about fighting. It's not about flight. It's about sharing what's there in your mind. Being open, being clear that I need my space. Like I created this space for myself by sharing my thoughts with you all. Yeah, this is a space that I have created for myself, and this is a promise. This is a gift to myself, a promise that is not something which I'm hard pressed to do. A promise I enjoy doing it. That's the reason it's a gift for myself. This is a space for myself, and in this space, I am going to be sharing what I love doing, like talking to you all. Nice, right? You might be wondering, oh yeah, Meera, you could just take that microphone and go on and on. What are you going to understand what I'm going through? Definitely, I would not know what you are thinking about me, but at least I feel I am giving that space for my need. I love sharing, and what I shared is something I'm very much sure it resonates with most of us. Yes. Thank you for giving this space for me, and soon I'll be back with yet another episode. Yes, this podcast is available on various platforms. You like it, you dislike it, let me know. You can, if you favorite my show, I would be there right in your notification immediately as this particular podcast or any podcast goes live. You dislike it, yes, you definitely can. That's a space, you need for yourself. Meera, I don't want to listen to. Absolutely fine. But yes, remember that you create a space for yourself. That's what I want to tell you. See you soon in the next episode. I have lots more to share. And this is Meera, your Dino in Oasis. See you. Bye-bye.